Broadcasting from down on the Bayou, it's the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast, a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com. And now your hosts, Michael Leander and Patrick Fry.
And welcome to episode 63 of the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. We're broadcasting live from the Collar and Elbow Studios. Speaking of Collar and Elbow, you can get 10% off your entire order when you use our promo code, The Average Marks. That is one word, one solid word. Don't put spaces in there. It's not going to work. The Average Marks, one word. The wrestling shirt of the day is Wrestling's Not Dead. Black shirt. It's got a cool little triangle scene right there. I wonder if that is Illuminati, Al Snow. with the triangle.
Yeah, maybe so. But, you know, a lot of people who talk about the Illuminati, they'll, you know how a lot of people, they'll twist things into their, and they'll turn it into the triangle. Oh, it's the Illuminati. And it could be, from anything. Some people just twist and turn it into whatever and talk and say it's the Illuminati.
Now that we said Illuminati, probably this thing on YouTube won't get any views now. We'll get shadow banned.
Well, let's hope. But from now on, we're going to talk wrestling. We're going to talk some wrestling. So let's go ahead and, you got anything else to pin
No,
here?
I was just saying it's got a cool 80s feel to it. The Wrestling Not Dead t-shirt. You can get 10% off of that right now. collarandelbowbrand.com. Use our promo code, The Average Marks, one word, no spaces.
All right. Well, this is The Average Marks, episode number 63 for February. I almost said January. We're 9 days into February here. February 9th, 2019. On today's episode, obviously, the big news is, we're going to talk about this new little thing that we're doing to kind of expand the brand, so to speak. We have another little live event that we're going to do and hang out here. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Kenny Omega signs with AEW, of course, at the they had the Double or Nothing ticket announcement party on Thursday evening that they streamed live on the internet. That was a nice event. Also, an intergender match has been.
Not a fan.
Has been advertised for a WWE live event. We'll talk about that. Also, we got some rumor mill stuff, some stuff about the Undertaker, maybe Seth Rollins' injury, and also some NWA rumors as well. And then, of course, this coming week is Elimination Chamber. We're going to have our Elimination Chamber preview show. I'm the PW Scorecard champ, so I'll be defending my belt against Brinkman in our new way of doing things. I'll be defending it against Brink, and then everybody else will be shooing to try to become the number one contender to face the champion at, I believe it's Fastlane that's happening on March 10th. So we'll talk about Elimination Chamber coming up, and then of course we have the Stephy Slays interview for you guys. So that's all coming up on the Average Marks, episode number 63 for February 9th, 2019.
I tell you what, behind the glass back there, Chris is so giddy. Like, dude, you need to send David McLean an email telling him thank you, because I thought he thought Abilene Maverick was hot. He's been talking about Stephanie Slays all week long.
Well, her last name is Slays, so I've seen her. I can understand.
You can check us out online, www.averagemarks.com. That's your central hub to find out where your boys are all over the internet. If you listen to podcasts there, we are there. Give us a follow. Give us a like, whatever's on that platform. Give us a rating and comment on our stuff, because that's going to put us in the algorithm in these platforms to get us suggested to other pro wrestling fans.
Also, if you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel or our Twitch, if you do so, your name will pop up right here, I think, in the middle of the screen, so you get to see your name on the stream too. So we're trying to get fancy with it, like we said. We're trying to, and what I'm going to dive into next is, I did the live reactions. You were in the chat, so we both did it in a way.
That was awesome,
and that was really fun. The live reactions to the Double or Nothing ticket party promo. Of course, you can go back and watch that, or check out the full video. It's out on our YouTube page, and I had a lot of fun doing that. So what we're going to do going forward is, for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, for the go-home shows to pay-per-views and the two nights following the pay-per-views, we're going to do live reaction streams. At least I'm going to do the live reaction streams from my house. Mikey O may or may not be in the chat some nights. He's got to do his own thing at home, so sometimes he's busy, which is okay. But luckily, I don't have nothing to do when I go home, so I watch Raw. So I might as well live stream with you guys and react along. So y'all feel free to come and hang out. It's going to be on our YouTube and our Twitch accounts. So either way, Come in, jump in the chat. We fixed it to where our live chat's on the screen and everything. It looked really cool. For anybody who has not seen the live reaction video, go check it out. It's on our YouTube page. Like I said, go check it out. It was a lot of fun to do, so we're going to be doing that. Although I kind of screwed myself because this Tuesday is SmackDown, and I mistakenly, I don't know if it's a mistake because I really would want to go on a date with this girl, but I asked this young lady who's only off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays out Tuesday night to go eat out at Rick and Jack's and do team trivia. So, and then I remembered after I asked her, she was already like, "Yes, that sounds fun. Let's do it," and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh wait, I was supposed to do the live stream Tuesday night."
Why don't you just waiter the food from Rick and Jack's and you guys cam up together? Does she like wrestling?
She used to watch it, I think, but I don't. I can,
and she can react with you.
I don't know, but she seemed pretty, like excited about what the idea that I already had given her was go eat at Rick and Jack's to do team trivia.
Look, nobody's going to fault you for going out with a chick.
Yeah. Okay, and
if they do, they're living in their mother's basement and they're just jealous.
I know. So this is what. Maybe I'll have her on future streams. That might bring in, trust me, it might bring in more viewers.
Oh, of course it would.
It definitely would, but I'll talk to her about it. She might be down to do that, but as far as like Tuesday, I already kind of made the plans.
That'd be dope.
So Tuesday night, I got to go to Rick and Jack's, play team trivia, and I'm going to have a good time while everybody else is watching SmackDown. But Monday night, I will be reacting. We're going to start the stream about 6:55 Central Time, 5 minutes before Raw starts, and I'm going to stream all the way through Raw. So it's going to be fun. I'm going to react to it all, and it should be pretty fun. Mikey will probably be in the chat for part of it. I know he wakes up early and does a morning show on Tuesday morning, so he's not going to stay the whole time. But come hang out with us. It's going to be fun on Monday night. And then also February 18th at the Lake Charles Civic Center, WWE Live, the SmackDown brand's coming to the Civic Center. That show will be at 7:30 that Monday night, so we won't do the live stream that night. We're going to be doing another stream out at the Civic Center. I need to get another piece. We're going to try and do a little live stream out there before the show, and maybe if we can, try and get some footage of the wrestlers maybe showing up.
Yes.
I got some ideas I'm going to pitch to you after the show is over that I was thinking of earlier, so we'll talk about that. But we're going to be out there live streaming, so come hang out, check us out, come watch us, come listen, just come have a good time out there, because we're just out there to have a good time and enjoy some wrestling, which is what we all love, obviously.
As Luda said, we're going to get some live footage of Becky getting out her whip.
Yes, right. Of course, it's probably all rental cars from what I remember the last time we were out there.
I mean, you can rent a pretty fly rental car.
Yeah, you're right, but
get that Stang.
It's one, but what would that do in Lake Charles?
I don't know.
It wouldn't do much, I don't think. All right, so let's dive into the big topics here. Of course, the big story from this week came out of the AEW Double or Nothing ticket party announcement, rally, whatever you want to call it, the gathering that they had on Thursday night. And, of course, at the end, Kenny Omega shows up after his New Japan contract expired on January 31st, shows up at this AEW rally. And, of course, it was a little bit of a surprise, but at the same time, it wasn't a surprise because anybody who's been listening to the show knows that at least I can't remember. I'm sure you called it too, but a lot of people called it that Kenny Omega was going to be in AEW. I mean, we know WWE offered him through the house at him basically, and threw him everything that they could. And what that tells me now is, first of all, Kenny Omega will never wrestle in WWE, because if they were ever going to get Kenny Omega, it was now.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. No. I'll call it now. Kenny Omega will never wrestle in WWE. He's found his home. And from what I heard, or from what I read here, according to the Wrestling Observer...
What if AEW doesn't make it?
I mean, it's early to tell. Obviously, it's one of those wait-and-see things, because we haven't seen any actual wrestling yet. So it's still... I mean, as far as I'm concerned, the jury is still out, but I think they'll be okay.
I mean, you look at the talent that they had.
I think they'll be better. They'll be better than it. They'll be the second, obviously, easily the second best company in North America. I
mean, All In was essentially an AEW event. If you look at the talent there,
yeah, I mean,
it's pretty much their roster except for Rey Mysterio.
Well, their roster's still growing too, and I looked at a list of the people on their roster.
And Joey Ryan.
I looked at they have a solid list of people so far, and I think they're gonna, from what it is now, it's gonna at least double in my opinion. So they still have a lot more, because there's still a lot of guys from WWE. I guarantee you the undercard guys that are just waiting for their contracts to expire. And as time goes on, we're gonna hear this guy's in AEW and then this guy's in AEW. I don't know what you never know. And then we know Dean Ambrose is leaving WWE, maybe,
or is he?
Or is he? I don't know. I think he is. I don't see why, but I don't know. That this whole Dean Ambrose thing is, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is the weirdest. I've never seen this happen where they basically announce, 3 months, 4 months in advance, hey, this guy's not going to re-sign with us. So,
and that makes me think more than ever that it's a work.
That's what made me think it was a work too, but also
because of the whole AEW thing trying to steal their wrestlers.
But I also heard a report that when last Monday night on Raw, Dean Ambrose went out and he was about to cut an unscheduled promo and maybe announce that he was going to leave. I don't know. That's what the report was. And of course, Nia Jax came out and interrupted him. Speaking of, we're going to talk about those two here in just a little bit, but we got way off subject. But the whole the Dean Ambrose thing has got me for a loop. If what he's saying is true and he's not coming back to WWE, I would expect, because apparently AEW might have a July show, and if they do, I expect Dean Ambrose to be there if he, of course, doesn't leave WWE. But if all is going, if this isn't a work, that's my prediction. I feel, because I feel like they're going to pay Dean Ambrose a lot of money, just like they're paying a lot of these other guys to their 4 executive vice presidents. I'm sure that they're all banking.
It's a great time to be a WWE dude because you can now leverage AEW to get a boatload of money.
Yeah, you're right. But back to the ticket announcement party, Kenny Omega shows up, and then, of course...
Wait, you're getting ahead of yourself. That happened at the very end.
Yeah, I know, but that was the big thing that happened. And then aside from Kenny Omega, we can go back and recap the announcement party. So Kenny Omega shows up, and then, of course, Kenny Omega, makes the announcement. He put pen to paper apparently Thursday morning, and then here, Judas by Fozzy, the banger, starts playing, and I said, if you can go back and watch the live stream, I was just thrilled when Jericho's music hit, and him and Kenny, faced off, and they started a little, I think I don't even remember who touched who first, but one of them touched one, and then they started. Then next thing you know, they start scrapping. You see Cody, you see Christopher Daniels, who I found out is actually the head of talent relations for AEW now. He comes out and he's trying to make the peace and all this other stuff, and so they break him up, and Kenny does his his line, and then it goes off. So what I'm thinking is that obviously we saw Jericho and Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 12 back in 2018, and I think we're going to see it again at Double or Nothing. And I was saying it during the live stream, I could even see Jericho winning this time, setting up maybe a third match somewhere down the line. Kenny and Jericho, part 3, winner takes all, because obviously Kenny won the Wrestle Kingdom match, and Jericho could win at Double or Nothing, and you never know. So I don't know what they're going to do with it. But
when do you think they start doing matches for belts?
I'm hoping at Double or Nothing they have an AEW World Championship match.
Because, how do you right off the bat say, okay, these are the 2 guys that are going to, without people fighting for it?
Well, you don't have it for, I'm assuming by Double or Nothing they'll have a TV deal finalized. So other than, Double or Nothing right now, officially they have nothing as far as what they're going to put on television. So I think you got to, from the get-go, and it doesn't have to be Kenny Omega. I was saying this on the live stream, like a Hangman versus Pac for the AEW World Championship, in my opinion, I would be fine with that. And I would be okay with Hangman going over on Pac, which is the first match announced for AEW, the first official match, by the way. And but nobody has a belt, so I don't know how they're going to implement the belt. I'm hoping that they have another press conference or a party or whatever some point down the line to introduce, okay, here's the AEW World Championship. Obviously, they're going to have to have a women's championship and a tag team championship. That's the 3 belts I think they're going to at least have, and then maybe one more mid-card belt. I don't think they're going to try and overdo it with the belts, because obviously right now you don't have that many people, but you're getting people slowly but surely. So I think they should have, and right now they're having them at about, 1 per month. They had one in January, now they had one in February, maybe in March, or even I would think one in March, one in April, or maybe just one in either month. They'll have and announce maybe some titles, and obviously the TV deal. I think it'll be announced at Double or Nothing, the TV deal, because I was reading that I think they have a TV deal. They just have to pick which. They have maybe multiple TV deals is what we're hearing. I think they just got to pick one, and apparently it takes a little while to finalize a TV deal from what I heard. I mean, I've never personally finalized a TV deal, so I don't know, but apparently it takes a little while, so maybe, they're in the process of picking one. They're going to finalize it, and by the time it's completely finalized, maybe it will be, right before Double or Nothing, they'll make the announcement. That's what I predict, but who knows? Yeah,
you got to have a few more pressers because Jericho and Omega have to do what they did in New Japan. They got to add some pressers and bleed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And obviously I think they're going to have a Double or Nothing press conference maybe 2 days before the event somewhere. They'll do that. That'll be fun. And that might be where you see a lot of, and this is the one thing I noticed about the ticket announcement party. There was a little more physicality, obviously, than the rally in Jacksonville. The Lucha Bros came out and attacked the Young Bucks. So obviously you have arguably the two best tag teams in the world. It looks like they're going to fight at AEW, possibly for a tag team title of some sort. I guess, I don't know. Like I said, we don't know anything about titles yet. Hopefully they do, because at the end of the day, as a wrestling company, in my opinion, the most important thing you got to have outside of wrestlers, obviously, is championships.
Right.
So you got to have your one big belt. You got to have your tag team belt, your women's belt, and then maybe a mid-card belt. And then go from there. I mean, that's what I think. I'm nobody. They didn't hit the Khans, Cody, the Bucks, Omega. They didn't ask me, but that's what I would do. That's what I think they're going to do. I would say at least, maybe not a mid-card belt yet, but at least those three: the world title, tag team, and the women's. That's what I'm thinking. So we got the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks, possibly at Double or Nothing. I don't know if they made that official. I think right now the only official match is Hangman Page versus Pac, which is going to be an amazing match.
I don't know. I could have swore on their Twitter they've already announced the Bucks. They've announced the SCU match with the OEW guys.
Yeah.
They've announced the Omega Jericho match as well.
I don't know if they. I mean, it looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, go look on their Twitter page. And while we're waiting, we also know that due to the pre-sales, which actually don't go sell till Monday, but you got to get a code from the pre-sale.
Yeah, let me look and see if I can get because that's obviously what the entire thing was about, I guess. The premise of it was to announce the tickets. So,
right.
Okay.
They've already had like 12,000 plus people put in for the code.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they're
the
already
site was
sold
crashing.
out.
Yeah, the site was crashing. Look, here we go. This is the pre-sale code sign up. I think you have to sign up for it, and you have until Sunday to sign up for.
Well, you're too late now.
Well, no,
they've already had 12,000 plus people request it.
Well, I guess so I guess that's a good thing. They're gonna sell this out. They were debating on whether or not they were gonna sell this out. They're gonna sell this out. I'm telling you that, and I would not be surprised if they sold this out quicker than they sold out All In, because now,
most definitely,
because when they sold out All In, there wasn't even a match announced from what I remember. Now you have at least one match announced. Kenny Omega's going to be there. Chris Jericho's going to be. You already know all these people are going to be there. So let's see. I'm looking at the Twitter right now though. At the ticket announcement party, we dropped these new shirts. Okay, it's not.
Yeah, keep going down until it shows like the. It shows the poster for the event.
The poster.
Yeah, no, keep going down.
Keep going down? Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, this was from that night, so we may have passed up a poster if there was one. I mean, they have this shot right here from. I don't think it's been made official yet, but I think it's going to happen at Double or Nothing, obviously, now, because they had a scuffle. I mean, why would it not happen now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to happen. It just hasn't been made official yet, but obviously we'll keep our eyes on that. What else happened here? They had some new acquisitions, of course. The one that's kind of made headlines, I just scrolled across it here, was Nyla Rose, the first trans woman in Major League Wrestling. So, yeah, she came out, and I had no clue. I mean, she looked like a woman to me. So, Nyla Rose, and she looked like, I was describing her as like a Tamina. She seemed like she looks like very similar to Tamina. So She looks like she could be a beast.
You know, that's because she's a dude. you know. Look, call me old-fashioned. I don't like intergender matches. I don't like watching a dude beat up on a girl.
Yeah.
I don't like that stuff. And now there's a girl that's actually a dude in the women's division. You got to be kidding me.
Well, that's and but like they say, AEW is for everyone, so they're not going to discriminate.
You know what? But what I'm saying is, if you got a schlong, you got a schlong.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though you're Nyla Rose and you're dressed as a girl,
yeah,
you're not a woman.
I suppose you have a point.
So it's an intergender match. It's not a women's match.
Speaking of intergender matches, of course, anything else that you remember from the AEW ticket announcement party that you want to run down? Or
dude, that one move that Penta put on one of the Jacksons.
Yes,
I was like, holy crap!
It was on Nick. Yeah, that pile driver. I don't know exactly what the name of the move's called, but it's some sort of pile driver, and it seemed like it was kind of brutal out there in the cold of Las Vegas. So the Lucha Bros showed up. Also, Sammy Guevara, the AAA Cruiserweight champion from Mexico, showed up. Sonny Kiss showed up. Kylie Ray showed up, and that's when Nyla Rose came out and confronted her.
Right.
So some new faces definitely showed up on Thursday night. So the rally was great. I'm loving what they're doing so far with these rallies. They haven't even had a match yet, and there's so much buzz around this company. It's and then they got, of course, the Holy Grail in Kenny Omega. And now I feel like for them, and I think I've said this before, but if they were to get Kenny Omega, which now they have him, the sky is the limit for AEW. And he signed a 4-year contract, actually, according to the Wrestling Observer. Let's see. Kenny Omega said on Dave's podcast that he signed a 4-year deal with AEW. The contract does allow Omega to appear in New Japan Pro Wrestling if the chance presents itself.
Of course that chance is going to present itself.
Yeah, and it's going to present itself maybe, this summer in the G1. Maybe Kenny Omega makes a return to the G1 or something like that. Who knows?
I don't know where I saw that, to be honest with you, because it's not showing up on their Twitter or their Facebook. But I will say this. When we were doing the live stream, I remember Conrad at the very end saying, and there you have it, Jericho versus Omega, Double or Nothing.
I went back and watched it. I do not remember that happening. I may have to go watch it again, but I don't remember them saying it was official, but certainly it's going to happen, I think. I don't think it's going to, like I said, they're teasing it now to the point where they can't not do it. At least if they don't do it Double or Nothing, they're going to do it before the end of the year, because obviously they teased it very, very hard on at the ticket announcement party. So
right, and then of course you alluded to it. They signed a deal with AAA in Mexico, which is essentially WWE in Mexico.
I see Chili is in here trying to sneak in here,
lurking like a zombie.
Yeah, Chili was trying to sneak in here. We got an audience, but anyway, so we are talking about the AEW ticket announcement party, and it was a really cool event. Some surprises, obviously the big one, Kenny Omega, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do coming up, in the next time. So we don't know when it's going to be, but certainly we're going to keep an eye on that. So let's we were talking about intergender matches. So apparently Dean Ambrose versus Nia Jax has been advertised for a WWE live event. I have the story up right here, which you can find at theaveragemarks.com. Is it averagemarks.com or theaveragemarks.com? Averagemarks.com.
Under the news tab.
So WWE, obviously, they've been pushing the envelope in a lot of ways, and recently they have, it seems like they've teased that obviously Nia Jax beat up R-Truth, entered the Men's Rumble, and then she had an altercation with Dean Ambrose on Monday Night Raw in the ring, and now it appears they're offering a special attraction in Jonesboro, Friday, February 22nd, because Dean Ambrose is being advertised in an intergender match against Nia Jax.
I used to live in Jonesboro.
So, yeah.
Screw that.
So Dean Ambrose versus Nia Jax. You not a fan?
No, still not a fan. I mean, even though she's a beast, she's still a woman. I don't know. It's just, I don't like watching women getting beat up by men. Because if you have a woman go over a guy, what does that do to the guy?
I don't know. And
I mean,
of course,
in any, obviously, if somebody's like Ronda Rousey, she could go over a dude. But she was a plus-size model. You can't tell me she can go over a guy.
Well, yeah. I don't know. But
or even hold a match with a dude.
Well, I don't know what they're trying to do with Nia Jax. Obviously, they're trying to make her into, I don't know, maybe like a China or something. Obviously, China was wrestling guys.
Like intergender matches. Let me get on a soapbox here. Intergender matches expose the business.
Mm-hmm.
They expose it for what it is. There's no way if a man punches a woman in the face, she can take it.
I mean, maybe, well, of course, if a man punches me in the face really good, I don't even think I can take it, so.
But, I mean, just like Al Snow says, the biggest thing that exposes the business is the punch.
Mm-hmm.
A dude punches a woman, there's no way she can take that.
Yeah.
I hate the premise. Screw you, Joey Ryan. Or Ellsworth.
Yep. So that's being advertised February 22nd. It's a Friday night up in Jonesboro. I don't know if it's Arkansas, but it just said Jonesboro here on the article. So
definitely ain't Jonesboro, Louisiana.
You know, it ain't Jonesboro, Louisiana. I don't even know if we have a Jonesboro, Louisiana.
We do.
So let's go now. It's time for Rumor Mill.
Yes.
We got some Rumor Mill stuff. I think you have it if you want to go ahead and pull that up here. So the first thing we have in the Rumor Mill is about The Undertaker, which, of course, lately The Undertaker has been removing his references from to WWE from his social media accounts and are now taking dates outside of WWE. And I think he's charging like $25,000 an hour.
Oh, my God.
Like,
I was wondering how much he cost.
I think I read that somewhere, like $25,000 for an hour. Like,
let me cancel this email I sent to Teddy Naw to try to get him booked.
Yeah, so much for that. I wonder
Holy cow.
For just 10 minutes, take
like, what indie promotion can pay that?
I don't.
That's like some people's yearly salary.
I know, right?
Dude.
Of course, he is the Undertaker, but man, that's kind of wild. Maybe $25,000 for like one appearance for a few hours. Okay, maybe that's okay because he's the Undertaker.
That's okay.
But $25,000, but I say okay, $25,000 for 4 hours. You got the Undertaker to come in, and of course, I don't know if you can have him wrestle.
Those are going to be like $150 tickets to get in.
Talk about So I don't know.
You have 3 people show up because people don't even want to pay $15 to go see an indie show.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll be seeing him around here anytime soon.
No.
He's not even scheduled to be at WrestleMania. I don't believe he doesn't have a match. I mean, I don't think he really has anything scheduled, but he should make an appearance. They said so. He won't have a match, but he'll make an appearance, which I'm okay with. Let these young kids, these young wrestlers, get some time on, and don't waste, because last year the Undertaker and Cena was just a flop, in my opinion. It was cool to have the Undertaker come back, but the match was just trash, and it was, I don't know, it was just really, really weird. So, but to have him just show up, make some kind of appearance, if you can try to, integrate him into just a storyline somehow at WrestleMania, that would be cool. But we'll see how they do it. I think he's going to make an appearance, but he probably won't have a match, which would be the first time in a while that he does not have a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, also, you know how the Crown Prince has a chubby for all the old wrestlers?
Yeah.
Also, he's not currently planning on working WWE's next Saudi Arabia event in May.
Well, he worked the Crown Jewel. Obviously, he was in the main event back in November. So
he must be out of contract. They didn't re-sign him to Legends contract or anything.
I guess not. So I don't know. I guess he's a free agent. I don't know. Of course, I think he was sort of a free agent already. I think he had a contract to where he could only. He wasn't like signed to they would sign him, I guess, one appearance or appearances at a time. I don't know. I don't think they were signed to like yearly contracts or anything like that the last couple of years, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that was the case.
You would think he would. He's made enough money where he wouldn't have to do indie shows.
Well,
I mean, you're a broken down old man. Why do you want to do an indie show?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Wonder if Michelle McCool was spending all that money.
Easy money, man, I guess, for Taker. But yeah, let's see. Dave Meltzer reported let's see, I think it was Dave Meltzer, reported a few weeks back that The Undertaker had no match scheduled at this year's WrestleMania, but still somewhat surprising that he's now available for dates outside WWE, given how protective of his gimmick he's always been and his relationship with Vince. Either way, Undertaker's last match should have been at WrestleMania 33, so I'm really happy if he finally decides to hang him up and go make a couple of bucks signing autographs and stuff. Well, some good old Taker autographs for $25,000. All right, so let's continue now with Rumor Mill. The next thing is about Seth Rollins' injury. Apparently he's injured right now. I don't think it's WrestleMania threatening, but what do you have?
Yeah, Unc Dave says that Seth Rollins has been pulled from advertising for all shows on the current road trip, including Monday's Raw in Grand Rapids, due to his back injury.
Yeah, so hopefully it should be, is that all it says?
Yeah. Rollins' planned WrestleMania opponent, Universal Champ Brock Lesnar, isn't expected to wrestle Elimination Chamber or Fastlane.
Well, of course not. I mean, what'd you expect? I mean, you think they're going to, even if he did wrestle, like the odds of him, the belt coming off of him, or at Fastlane or Elimination Chamber, no. Absolutely not. That ain't happening. But hopefully it comes off of him at WrestleMania against Seth Rollins. So, and I don't think Rollins, they're going to probably try to, protect Raw. They're going to, well, at least not protect him, but, let him rest for till WrestleMania. The dude's been money for the last year on a consistent basis. Let the dude rest up. He went through hell, wrestling in the Royal Rumble and won. So, and then he took some F5s from Brock Lesnar, which probably didn't make things any better for him. So let the dude rest up. I'd just give it, let him show up, cut some promos, whatnot, maybe curb stomp a guy or two, and go home. So save him for WrestleMania.
Yeah, even with the back. I mean, that's probably the most important muscle for a wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And Seth, if you need some CBD, holla at your boys. Yeah. CBDforyou.net.
Mike Yeo's got you covered on the CBD. So yeah, Seth Rollins' injury. So what was it you had said?
That was it.
He's just been pulled from advertising shows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he ain't doing anything soon.
All righty. Well, that's good. Let him rest. He deserves it.
Also, PW Insider says NWA says they're open to working with AEW.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure everyone's, we're open to working with AEW somehow. So
yeah, who isn't, Billy Corgan?
Yeah.
What do you have to offer? Nick Aldis? No, thank you.
Yeah.
They don't want none of that.
No, they don't. No, they definitely don't want that. But Nick Aldis' wife, well, that's another story.
And it says they aren't aware of any talks between the two companies. That's PW Insider Mike Johnson.
Between NWA and AEW?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in my opinion, NWA obviously ain't what it used to be. So.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Come on. So
Nick Aldis is your champ,
but AEW seems like they're all about these partnerships. We got that AAA in Mexico. They got that. Was it OWE, that Oriental Wrestling in China? And then was there another one they were? Or just those two right now? I can't remember. At least those two, but there might be one or two others.
Yeah, there has been plans of them possibly working out a deal with Impact. Which
that would be interesting.
Yeah, Impact has some good talent.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
They can work in Brian Cage, Scarlett Bordeaux, Tessa Blanchard.
Yes, sir.
OVE.
Absolutely.
Eli Drake.
I like what you're putting down. Picking it up. Yes, sir. So that's the NWA rumors we got?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're rumors. I mean, obviously, Cody's going to be like, who's going to wrestle our show?
Yeah.
Colt Cabana?
Who knows? But very interested to see where that goes. All right, now this coming week, I don't know if we're going to do it on Thursday or Friday yet. Not sure what. All right, maybe even Wednesday somehow, or I don't know, or Saturday. I don't know. But it's Elimination Chamber coming up a week from tomorrow. It's 8 days away.
Cruz and Marcus will be there.
Yes, Cruz and Marcus will be at Elimination Chamber watching live at the Toyota Center in Houston. And I'll be watching at Brink's house. We may do a live stream for it. We're not sure yet. We got to work out some possible kinks. I got to get with Brinkman and figure that out. We may or may not do one yet, but we will obviously keep you updated.
No. You tell Brink we're doing a live stream.
All right. Well, we'll see how he takes to that. But so we're going to try and do that, but worst case scenario. And then the night after, I can't do a live stream because we're going to be at the Civic Center, so we're going to already be doing a live stream.
Yeah, we are doing a live stream.
But it won't be a raw reaction stream like we're going to be doing this coming, like I'll be doing this coming Monday, and of course, Mike Yo and myself. Mike Yo's just as much a part of this as I am. So,
and we're going to try we can't promise you anything, but we're working with WWE to try to give some tickets away.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Can't promise you anything, but it's in the works.
Yeah, as far as the live event here.
Yeah. We might have some tickets to give away at the event.
Yeah, so maybe when we do that live stream at the event, just be on the lookout. Can't promise you anything like he said, but certainly we will let you know. But the night before that is Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
And right now, this is the match card that has been announced so far. Of course, the tag team Elimination Chamber match for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. You have Nia Jax and Tamina, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, Bayley and Sasha versus Naomi and Carmella. That ain't the most random, but I guess they're going to be doing a lot of dancing, I have a feeling, Naomi and Carmella. So that's going to be for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. An early prediction on that match?
Alicia Fox wins somehow. They're going to work her in.
That's good.
God.
If I had to pick right now, and I reserve the right to change my pick between now and next week, but I would say the Iconics.
I mean, yeah, come on.
I'd go with the Iconics. SmackDown Tag Team Championship, The Miz and Shane McMahon, the best tag team in the world, taking on Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. So that should be an interesting match. SmackDown Tag Team division always rises to the occasion. Another Elimination Chamber match. This one is for the WWE Championship. We have Daniel Bryan defending against AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Mustafa Ali, Randy Orton, and Samoa Joe. Any chance Daniel Bryan walks out of Elimination Chamber with that belt?
I mean, you can never say never, but obviously, like we were talking last week, Samoa Joe's due.
Yeah, and
I would love to see the strap around him.
And obviously, you have one more pay-per-view before WrestleMania. You have Fastlane, so if Daniel Bryan drops it here, he could always get it back at Fastlane. So I wouldn't see the point of that. I don't know. I mean, why give it to a guy like Samoa Joe if you're only going to let him run with it for a month? But maybe I personally am all for Samoa Joe being WWE champion and taking it to WrestleMania, and not only taking it to WrestleMania, but walking out of WrestleMania the WWE champion, because Samoa Joe, to me, has, I talked about Seth Rollins being consistently good. I think Samoa Joe has been right there too.
Yeah.
And on SmackDown, I mean, this dude needs the WWE Championship, in my opinion. Let's put it on him, as far as I'm concerned. But
the Wendy storyline was one of the best of 2018.
Hey, AJ, be honest. How's our old girl Wendy doing? Oh, man, I loved it. I loved it.
And then you can't count out Randall Keith Orton, because for some reason Vince McMahon keeps his, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Unrelevant ass and everything.
Yeah. That's not what I was going to say, but I'm not going to say what I was going to say. Obviously Randy Orton and John Cena were always like the two guys for the longest time, and now Cena's not around.
Because the RKO can come from anywhere.
Come out of nowhere. RKO out of nowhere. I'm on the Mustafa Ali train, but there's no chance in hell he's winning this match. No way. And now he's pinned Daniel Bryan, so I could see him eliminating Daniel Bryan from the match. I could see that happening. Obviously, he was going over on Daniel Bryan before, not in a one-on-one situation, not for a title, obviously. But and obviously, if he pins Daniel Bryan in this match, if they're not the last two, he's not going to win the belt, but he could still eliminate Daniel Bryan from the match. So that's something to keep an eye on, in my opinion. Let's see, what's the other match? The Cruiserweight Championship, speaking of Mustafa Ali, the former Cruiserweight, if I can pull the match card back up here. Buddy Murphy taking on Akira Tozawa, singles match for the Cruiserweight Championship. And then just announced, I think it was announced, if not today, yesterday, Ronda Rousey will be defending her Raw Women's Championship against Ruby Riott. So I think Ronda and Sasha had a really... but I think... And I don't think Ruby's going to win, but...
No, there's no way.
I think, Ronda just beat up just beat Sasha at the Royal Rumble. So the next in line on Raw, in my opinion... Give it to Ruby. She's got her two girls, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, trying to, win the tag team championship, and then you got Ruby in the Raw Women's Championship match. So, giving the Riot Squad something to do.
Ronda's not dropping that belt until the Superstars shake up when she gets moved to SmackDown.
No, absolutely not. She's definitely not. She's not dropping that belt anytime soon. She may drop it to Becky Lynch.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, look at Amanda. Was it Sakamano? Is her real name, Mandy Rose? But Ronda, she may drop it to Becky at Mania, though. That's the only time I can see her dropping it, especially if the rumors were true about Ronda wanting to maybe go start a family and take a break. So we'll see. But I'll give Ronda her props. She's shown up full time. She's been there. She's wrestled. I mean, I know you're not a fan of the whole shoulder slapping thing and all that, but
or the Fury punch.
But let's give her props. She's shown up. She's been there. She shows up every Monday. She wrestles. She puts the title on the line. She's trying. She's trying.
She's so whack, bro. And then there's this. She comes off that great promo when she was face to face with Lynch.
She's only been doing this for a year, I might add to
the thing that you showed me the other day about what do you want to skin me like when you're rabid, Sarah?
Yeah, that promo after she beat Liv Morgan in 2 minutes.
I even said it better than her.
Oh my Lord. I was like, Ronda, what are you doing? Like, put the microphone down. Like, stop.
Oh God.
It was so funny. I think it's almost time for the Steffi Slays interview. Yeah, I believe it's time. So
I see Chris drooling over there. I think so.
All right. Well, if it's time, let's get to it then.
Chris, get your boys connected.
Let's do this.
All right, let's go live to the CBD4U.net hotline. You don't have to live in pain anymore. You can sleep better at night with CBD. CBD4U.net. That's CBDFORYOU.net. We're talking with WOW Superhero Stephy Slays. Brought to you by CBD4U.net. Steffi, how's it going?
I'm doing so good. I'm so excited to be here with all you guys.
Yeah. Hey, I got to tell you, when your publicist sent us this stuff, this line right here just karate chopped me in my face. It says, at just 22 years of age, she works 3 jobs, 2 side gigs, studies as a full-time college student, manages a blossoming Instagram account, and still finds time to bake perfect Pinterest pizza bites for her weekly movie nights with the girls. How? How in the world?
It takes a lot of practice and many years of this practice, but my best friend in this whole situation is my agenda. I'm an old school paper and pen person, so even though I'm really big with technology and so big with social media, I always go back to the original pen and paper to set my whole day and just go with that. That's where it all starts with.
There you go. What are you going to college for?
I'm actually going for ultrasound. I already got my bachelor's degree with business, and now I'm tapping into the medical field and see what I could do there.
Wow, go ahead. We're talking with WOW superstar Steffi Slays. Let's talk about some of your signature moves. You got the delete your account, the sponsored snap, and the do it for the GIF. How did you come up with these names, and what are these moves like?
Well, the name, first of all, came with something that I like to do, and that's social media. And because I'm a youngster in the group, I wanted to incorporate the millennial style, which is the social media movement. So that's how I decided to bring that into the ring. And along with what I do with the moves, so Steffi Slays in the previous seasons, you don't really see so much winning. I take all the losing. So this season, I kind of want to keep it as a surprise because for all my fans that already know now, they know that I haven't won anything. So this is going to be such a great thing for them to see and to actually finally put the moves with the names. And this is something that I'm so excited for you guys to see in this season.
Man, and you grew up in Dallas, Texas, and that was a huge hotbed for wrestling for a long time. WCCW at the Sportatorium. It is legendary with the Von Erich family running that. When you were growing up, who were your influences to get in the wrestling industry?
To be honest, it was. I didn't really get so much influence from watching wrestling to do the wrestling. It's really with my life experience of going through depression and having a really rough time being bullied and having suicidal thoughts. I was heavily diagnosed with depression and suicidal commitments until my mom's best friend, Sophia Lopez, who is the attorney for WOW, decided to get me involved with WOW. She's like, I think this should be good for you. You can let out all your emotions here. And as an 18-year-old, that's what I needed. And so I joined WOW, and that's how I got more highly involved with the wrestling. After participating with WOW and falling in love with doing wrestling, that's where I then became a fan of wrestling, because then I started watching it afterwards. So I was the backward case.
Right. We recently talked to a wrestler who is a former vet, and wrestling helps him cope with PTSD. How did wrestling help you cope? Did it, like the wrestler that we talked to a few weeks ago, did it allow you to escape your situation, or did it give you empowerment and you were like, man, I can do all this and I'm so much better than what these people are telling me I am?
Exactly. It wasn't an escape for me, because I no longer was trying to get away from the fact that I had horrible suicidal thoughts. I realized that was my past, and I had no choice but to accept it. But wrestling, what it helped with me was to show that I can become an powerful woman, that I can move on, no matter how hard, how bad life has been in the past. As long as you get up and continue to do things that you're passionate about and to move forward. And then what better place but the wrestling ring to actually use this as a platform to talk about it? Because if I can overcome those damages, those hateful things, and then do this with my life, it's just mind blowing. I wake up every day blessed and just so happy that I chose to do wrestling, and this is helping me overcome, my depression. And now I'm a perfectly healthy girl.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Now, let me ask you this. Are you a Cowboys fan?
Oh, yeah.
We won't hold that against you.
I know, but we just lost by the Rams not too long ago.
It's all good. The Saints are still in. That's all that matters.
Yeah, right.
I'm looking at the lineup on this card. This card is going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yes, I agree. We have so many talented women in our roster, and you're just going to be wow the whole time. You can't pick another name but wow. That's all I can say. The first episode, I'm actually in it, and I'm very excited for everyone to tune in and watch it, because I'm gonna take a lot of stuff in, and I'm gonna be doing the takeover on social media. So whatever questions and answers and comments and whatever you want to know about this episode that's coming out tonight, about the moment, what happened in that moment with Stephy Slays, just go online and hashtag Ask the Superhero and just ask me away. I'm going to be on live tonight during the premiere.
What's your favorite social media platform and why?
I love Instagram because of the picture purpose.
Mm-hmm. Now, you can post pictures on Facebook and Twitter. Why Instagram?
Yeah, I do Twitter and Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. But Instagram, I don't know, it's just, there's more filter variety. It's more, for me, it's just, I feel more connected with people on Instagram. I feel like everyone's on that one particularly, and you're seeing in the moment pictures, and it's so easy to navigate through. And then the fact that it also shares to the other Instagram or to the other social media accounts, that's a huge plus for that.
Now, you're a graduate of the WOW. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's a one-stop place.
I got you. It's like the Walmart of social media.
Yes.
A one-stop shop. Now, you're a graduate of the WOW Wrestling Academy. What was it like? What does Selena Majors bring to the table training over at the WOW Academy?
Oh, my goodness. She brings so much to the table. All her knowledge and experience, and she's patient but tough at the same time and understanding. To me, she's my wrestling mom. I just call her mom because she is, besides being a great trainer, she is the most beautiful, humble, amazing person you can meet just outside of the ring. And I'm so grateful to have her as a trainer. I would never, ever replace her for anyone else. I'm so loyal to her. She's the only person that I want to be trained by, and that's it. That's all I have to say about her. I love her so much. She's an amazing person.
Very cool. And I know you guys got a lot of heavy behind you with Jeannie Buss and with David McLean. What was it like when you first heard the news that Mark Cuban had signed on to carry your program right after New Japan?
It's just such an amazing experience, and I was so happy, but it's kind of like surreal, you know? Like, we have Ginny Buzz, and we have David McLean, and we have Selena Mays. There's all these people that believe in us and believe in what we can do, and then to know that we have Mark Cuban on board, like, that means we're very powerful, inspiring women, that we got him on board. And right now I'm just like in that shock moment where, is it real or is this a dream? So it's just a great experience, and I love it. I'm having a great time with all this.
Right, and coming from Dallas, that had to have been pretty cool with you, being the owner of the Mavericks. Has he sent any free Maverick swag your way?
I hope so. Not yet, but I would love to get some Maverick stuff.
Come on, Mark. What are you waiting on?
I know. Come on, Mark. I mean, Ginny Buzz already gave me a hat. I even got front row tickets.
You got to step your game up, Mark.
Seriously.
Stephy Slays, thank you so much. Why don't you go ahead and shout out your Twitter and your Instagram so people can give you a follow?
Yeah, definitely. It's at WOW_Stephanie. And once again, I'm going to be live all day today to answer questions about the premiere.
Well, good luck tonight. Break a leg. Y'all have an amazing product. They sent us clips, and of what I've watched, there was many moments where I had my mouth wide open thinking, oh, my God, this is amazing. The talent, the ferocity, the violence, but at the same time, the gracefulness of what you guys are doing. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm pumped up for the premiere tonight, 8 p.m., Access TV, WOW Wrestling. Steffi, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I'm enjoying this so much, especially because I'm in Texas. I came to Texas for this premiere, just to be here in my hometown.
That is awesome. Well, you're going to make a splash, and we appreciate you. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, and there you go. Can you believe that someone that beautiful went through that in her life, that people had the audacity to tell her that she was ugly and worthless and stuff like that?
You know, that's an unfortunate problem that happens a lot, you know. I think I remember even, you know, Carmella, watching a video of Carmella, even when she was, you know, younger, she was kind of teased in the same way, saying she was ugly. And just, you know, I don't know. Some people are just rude and mean and not good people. And
why you gotta be so rude?
But, you know, when somebody calls you that, you can't, you know, let it bring you down. You just got to overcome it best way you can. And, you know, I'm not the most handsome dude in the world either. I've had girls straight up be like, you know, you're not that cute. You know, I'm like, I know I'm not that cute. Like,
screw you.
I
hope they all see that. Tell them what you want. Go ahead.
Tell them what I want?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Tell them what you want to say.
I don't even want to give them the time of day.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you just overcome it. You don't worry about what other people think of you. You just, as long as you love yourself, that's all that matters.
Or you go to
And
New
I tell you
Orleans.
what, I'm not trying to, like, brag or anything, but this is how I know I love myself. I went back and I was watching the live, you know, reaction stream, and, like, I didn't catch it at the time, but, like, some of the stuff I was saying, even you were, like, we were laughing. Like, just, I was laughing at myself. I thought I was hilarious. And I'm not trying to, like, I'm not trying to brag, but I don't care if you don't think I'm funny, but I thought I was funny. So I was laughing at some of the stuff I was saying after I actually said it. And, you know, I wasn't laughing when I was doing it live, but I went back and watched, and I was cracking up, you know, and I loved it. So whatever. You got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, then who else will, you know?
Exactly.
So I think that's a good note to end this one on, though, right?
Yeah. www.averagemarks.com. That's our main hub. Make sure wherever you're listening to us right now, iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, wherever, Google Podcast, click that follow button. Give us a comment. Give us a rating. That's going to put us in the algorithm for other wrestling fans to find out where you boys are. Want to say big props to everybody listening right now on KEZM 1310 AM or online
at KEZMonline.com.
That's right. We appreciate you guys. Southwest Louisiana, you guys rock. Make sure you tune into our live streams as well. We want to get this chat box filled up right here. And, of course, the more we do it, the faster it'll catch on. So
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to what it looks like here in a few months. That chat box is going to be absolutely full.
Yeah, obviously we want everybody to join the conversation, come hang out with us. We have the live chat actually popping up on the stream, so we'll be able to see everything you guys say, and you can join the conversation. It's going to be a fun little ride when we start doing these live streams a little more consistently. So.
Most definitely. Props to Chris for getting Stephanie Slays on the show today. Props to David McLean for all the WOW girls that he sent our way. Abilene Maverick, Selena Majors, Steffi Slays. They have a great product on Access TV every Friday, 8 p.m. Central, right after New Japan. You got to check it out. It is really, really good. And Tessa Blanchard is El Bisto.
That's right.
She's the man.
Yeah.
That would be a great match, her and Becky.
Yeah, it would be. Tessa and Becky. I'd be all for it. Yep.
All right, Patrick. Let's get out of here.
Outro.
You've been listening to the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast with Michael Leander and Patrick Fry. All opinions discussed in the show are those of the Average Marks and do not represent any wrestling company, organization, or individual. For more information on the show, follow us on Twitter and iTunes. AMP is a proud member of the Roar Network, powered by thegorillaposition.com.